Hey there. Welcome to Monday. Hope it's a good one for you. Should be a good day. We're hoping for the best. So come on in for a moment to this my little world. The word I want to think about is the word insight. I was thinking about it the other day when my dog and I were out for a walk in the early morning and looking around. So many things are just as they are. And sometimes we just look at the surface and we say, here's how it is. It's dark outside. This is there, that's there, lights on the porch, temperature is this and that. And that's the way it is. But sometimes we need to see beyond just the moment. It caught my attention that through the branches of some of the trees was the moon. And I realized that the moon was way off in the eastern sky. And I thought, the moon should be far into the western sky by this time, but not today. As you know, the cycles of the moon and so forth. The sun was going to be up before long, and the moon was not going to be very high in the sky at that point. I thought, huh. Now, doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything much at all. It's just the normal pattern of things and the way they work. But sometimes we just bypass so many things. I could have quickly noticed, yeah, the moon looks good. Good, it's good morning. Blah, blah, blah. Or a dog and I are out. You may think I'm being foolish in some of my statement here. But I keep thinking about how people tend to just accept things where they are without giving much thought to any meaning to them. And by people, I don't know whether that's you or me or who it is, but let's just say people in general. And I've thought about those people that listened to Jesus when he began to teach and how impressed they were with him, for they had listened to the religious leaders for so many years recite to them just statements of law, tradition, and here's exactly how it's done. No question, no idea. That's exactly how you do it. Never go beyond that. And Jesus began to have them look beyond, to see deeper, to look inside themselves, to examine their own hearts. Not just whether they were keeping a practice, but how their hearts felt with that practice, what was going on with them, and why the practice was even needed at all. That goes along with insight. We can bypass everything that's around us and just take it as it is, or we can look and say, here's where we are, and let's examine exactly what's going on in our world and figure out how to deal with it. I'm thankful that there are people who are readily seeking deeper concepts and understanding of what's going on. Jesus addressed and quoted from Isaiah, the Old Testament prophet, as he addressed the people of his time. And he says, hearing you will hear and shall not understand, and seeing you will see and not perceive. That's why John could say about Jesus, he came into his own, and his own didn't receive him. They saw him, but they didn't perceive him. They didn't understand. They didn't stop to really listen. Yes, people initially were astonished at his teaching, but they had a hard time when it came down to really applying it. There was a point at which he took a small amount of food and with a miracle multiplied it and fed thousands of people. They came to him again and he said, all you really want is somebody to fill your bellies. And he began to teach them about ingesting truly who he was into their lives. And they didn't want to hear it. One of the saddest statements in all of Scripture, I believe, is found in John 6 and verse 66. It tells how they went away, many of them, and walked with him no more. They just could see, but they wouldn't perceive. And I think if we look at our times, we look at our people, we look at ourselves, and we examine what's going on in ourselves, we need to look inward. That's what I talk about insight, to see within ourselves. And only by seeing with truly in ourselves and into our hearts and our minds deeply, can we then begin to look outward and see things beyond just the surface. See who you are. See where your heart is. Understand yourself even better. And that's the beginning of understanding other things as well. When Jesus came, he put us in touch with who we are, far better than humanity had ever seen. And in so doing, we're able to see him and see God in a better light. As we press forward towards into the holiday season, towards that day we call Thanksgiving, perhaps it's best we look inside ourselves. For only by seeing beyond the surface, seeing the depths of our own hearts, can we understand the concept of what it really means to be thankful. Let's see and perceive. Make it your determination today to see and perceive as best you can. It's a great day, and I hope it's one that blesses your life in an abundant way, and you in turn are a blessing to others. And we'll share more a little later on, a little further down the road. Thanks for being with me today.